Sup there guys, Space Bandit here with yet another episode of World of Tanks. And today I have a map that I haven't shown to you ever, or maybe I did feature it on my channel at one point. But regardless, we're gonna show you a fantastic position today, amazing position today. And that position is position D1. If you spawn on the northeast side of the map, there are two plays. You either fight in the northwest quadrant of the map or in the southeast quadrant of the map. You can fight out of the middle if you're medium or light tank. There's other interesting positions in there where you can spot out the tanks crossing, but there isn't much as far as shots are concerned in order to get your early damage. That is the problem with this map. Now, getting to this position can be troublesome, especially if you're in a slower tank, because as you noticed there, that object 705 got there a lot sooner than I did, and he actually had shots at me. So it is not risk-free to get here, but it's rewarding, trust me. So I have 3 short games for you guys from this position. In the first game, we'll just boot it, and we'll get into this position as quickly as we can. In the second game, we're going to take a slightly longer route so that we can remain unspotted if needed. And third game will be a tier 8 game so that you can see how it works in comparison to tier 10. So this position is great because in many cases the opposition will not expect you being here. As a matter of fact, the opposition likes to spill to the north side or northwest side of the map very quickly early in the game. So it is important that if you come here, make sure you have friendlies with you. Don't come here by yourself because you'll be just run over and taken out of the game. So you don't want that. But take a look at these shots. See this? That's what this position does. Anybody overexposing from behind that hill, you will have shots at them. Now you gotta be mindful though, because tanks poking D3 will have shots at you here, and that's what happened early in the game. You saw that object 780 put a shell into me, but I was really happy to trade because Tehran, you know, I have a huge gun. He wants to trade with me? Sure, no problem. I put a shell into him and I dropped behind the ridgeline. Now, you can push further over here into this position, but as you notice, this E4 is looking at me, and sometimes tanks will pay attention to that. They'll be like, oh, this guy's sitting on top of the hill over there. I'm just gonna sit here and look at him all day. It happened to me in the past. Especially if you get impatient and your team is actually winning the bottom of the hill over here, then you'll be tempted to push up just like I'm doing over here. So I kind of turned around and I'm gonna go backwards to see if I can quickly put a shell into this E4 and run away. He wasn't looking at me at this moment. I'm looking for a shot here, but I don't really have anything clear, and then I see Tehran driving by, so we just punish him instead. And now we're gonna drop off again. This object 780 wants us really bad, but now that I have friendlies with me, he's literally overexposing, taking damage. Instead of trying to shoot them, he's trying to shoot me. I think that's a mistake, but hey, that's his prerogative, his call. So we're gonna climb back up and we're gonna continue doing the same thing. It's very simple position, to be honest, and especially advantageous to tanks that are fast. If you can get here very quickly, you will definitely surprise the opposition. Now I've also come here all by myself. It happened before. I wanted to test what would happen. But then the opposition tanks spill down the bottom of the hill. They come around and they just kill you. I still got pretty decent games doing that. I still got like 2-3k damage every time. I mean, decent, average. So if you're just looking to do your damage and get the hell out, you can still do this. But I would strongly recommend bring someone else with you. 2-3 other tanks, that's probably good enough. As you notice there, that position is quite awkward if you want to go a little bit further because of the rocks. And if you don't have gun depression, it'll be hard for you to get your gun down if you want to shoot the guys that are a little bit lower. But now that we won this side, I'm going to come back and defend the base. And that's another reason why this position is so good, because you can actually come back here and defend the base. Now, the problem in this game is that my friendly heavy tanks, instead of turning around and coming back to help me defend the base, they just pushed over to the enemy side of the map, which is going to be problematic because there's just too many enemy tanks coming into our cap. Now I could have played a hero here, went in, tried to reset and win a game for the team, but I would probably just be annihilated. I have no armor, and the closer I would have gotten the enemy tanks would have just run me over. Now, the problem here is no outline. I mean, Freddy was playing on my account before. I forgot to change this, and I forgot to put the outline back on, and I'm kind of struggling aiming my shots here because I'm just not used to it. Like this here. Like, I don't know where I'm aiming. I see, you know, reticle turning red, but I don't really know where I'm aiming on this E100. So, last few shots that I take here, they'll be just criticals. For whatever reason, I'm shooting the tracks. And I'm not even shooting heat rounds. This is all AP rounds, but I'll be hitting the tracks. There again, hit the track of the E100. So unfortunately, we get capped out here in this game, but it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. We could have easily won this game if my friendlies turned around. But I digress. Okay, next game. And here, I'm actually going to show you an approach that is a lot safer than the other one. We're going to actually take the longer route, and we're going to come around using the A-line, so that we won't be spotted. So if you're high camo TD or light tank, it's probably better to come around further out this way so that you don't get spotted. And when you cross the opening at D3, you won't be detected and tanks won't be able to damage you. So you won't lose any HP. Now what you're losing out may be some early damage. If you get to that position quicker, you'll have shots sooner, right? So that's what you're missing out. But it's still a safer play, so I would recommend this over a play that I did in the first replay. Now, for high camo TDs, you can also sit back in area A1, A2. There are positions there that you can take, but these positions are good when you're not firing your gun. Once you start firing your gun, you're going to be detected, and there's nowhere really to hide in that area. There's no ridgeline, no hill, no rock, nothing that you can hide behind, so you'll be in trouble once you fire your gun. That's why I prefer this position. It's much better. So, in this situation, I wasn't detected. So you're going to see, I'm going to get a drop on these guys. They won't even expect me. It's going to be actually pretty funny. So we're going to climb up here, as in the last replay. We have a lot of opposition tanks here. We have a lot of friendly tanks that came as well. So that should be a nice brawl fest over here. Take a look at this guy. It's like, what? Huh? What just happened? How did I get hit over here? Like, I'm behind the hill. I'm behind the rock. What happened? That is the advantage. If you drop on these guys without being detected, they'll be completely confused. A lot of players are confused when I actually come here and all of a sudden start shooting them, and they have no clue where the shots are coming from. Too funny. But now they're paying attention to me, and it's going to be problematic. And there's a shed barn there. So last thing I want to do is take a hit from shed barn. I mean, I could trade, but, you know, I don't want to get hit and set on fire or something like that. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to pay attention whether they're looking in this direction or not. If they're not looking at me, then I'm going to poke out. So we're going to play it really patient here. So this AVRE gets taken out. Our friendlies are pushing up quite aggressively now, and I'm thinking I got to do something because I won't get any damage right now. So yeah, we have to do something. So I'm going to have to take a hit from that shit barn and eat it, and we're going to put a hit into him. Yikes, that hurt. But we want some damage. So regardless, let's keep going here. Now our friendly's pushed up even further. This machine is not paying attention to us, so we're going to put a shell into him. And at this point, I'm thinking, and it's very similar situation to the last game. The base is falling. We're going to have to go back and defend it. So Terran is fast enough to make this play. And at this point, I was just checking how many enemy tanks are going to be spotted on the zero line, because the same situation applies. If there are too many opposition tanks, if you get yourself in trouble, it's going to be hard to get out. So if there would be too many of them, I would probably say, oh, wait a minute. Do I have a shot at this guy? Maybe I can get more damage? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, let's keep moving. I was saying, if there was a lot of enemy tanks pushing our base, I would just stay in this area here. Somewhere in area A6, B6, something like that. So I can have long-range shots. But I don't see a lot of them spotted. Besides, our team is completely demolishing the opposition. Oh, now they're spotted. But I already made my move. So at this point, I gotta just push up. So if you want to push up without being detected, do what I do over here. Go towards the middle, closer to the village. And then through peaks and valleys, you can actually get around to those ridge lines to where these guys are coming out. And at least you can maintain your HP until you actually get there and start engaging them. So that's exactly what we're going to do over here. We're going to come around. But our team is just too good. Our team is just killing everything. And yeah, guys, these are not like spectacular games or anything. I'm just showing you the position. and what I do from that position coming back to defend the base, or where do I deploy after that, so on and so forth. I don't play the game enough to show you big games every time, but the idea is to show you very interesting positions, and that's what I'm still going to do. The last game is going to be good, because I think it's an ace, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let's finish this up here. So we're just trying to get this extra bit of damage over here and pretty much close it out. We put the shell into this guy, take him out of the game, and I think we can pretty much close it here because it's 14-1. Yet another steamroll. Welcome to World of Tanks Console Edition. Alright, to the last game we go. And this time we're in the Alt Proto AMX30, and this was back when I borrowed my buddy's account to play this tank. I had 2 or 3 really good games at the time. Like, this tank is amazing. I don't have it. I wish I did. But we're gonna get ourselves in the exact same position, and in this situation we're not gonna take the long route. We're just gonna boot it. And the reason why is this tank is very, very fast, so we should be able to get in there without being spotted, hopefully. Now if we're spotted, we'll just engage on a move. It is what it is. But we want to get into that position as quickly as possible so that we can get shots of damage as early as possible. That's the idea. It's a tier 9 game, so it's not just a walkover, a steamroll. We're going to have to fight some tier 9s, so keep that in mind. But this play is rewarding pretty much every time. And in this tank, we should be able to get ourselves up there much quicker. Tirana is a bit slower. Power to weight ratio is not as good. This tank is actually pretty decent, so we should be able to get up here pretty quick. Now, I've never tried knocking these trees down and see how much foliage I can actually create here to remain unspotted. I don't know if that's actually really possible. Maybe one of you want to test it, so be it. Try it. I just don't have time to do it. But still, even without trees, without foliage, because the ridgeline, this position is fantastic. So these guys are going to be a bit more aggressive. As you see here, that TD on the bottom, what is this? Sturf. He's already down there, and he won't expect me at all. So we're going to be able to easily put shots into his top structure because we're pretty much negating his armor from the angle we're shooting at him. And he's confused now. He's like, what? Huh? What do I do here? Do I turn to face this guy? Or do I shoot these other guys that are on the bottom? See? So you're creating shitloads of confusion for the opposition. Now, this Object 705 thinks he's safe over here. Sorry, but you're not. I don't know what the hell that was. Thank you, Wargaming. Critical hit. Regardless, put a shell into his turret, and now he's like, oh shit, someone's up there. It's just amazing. Like, every time it makes me chuckle when I get into this position. People are just completely confused. They don't know what to do anymore, right? So we're gonna keep hammering at this guy. Hopefully you can take him out of the game. We missed a shot over there. Can we take him out of the game over here? Oh, not really. We didn't roll high enough. Oh, there's a hard case over there. Good thing he wasn't paying attention to me, but we are paying attention to him. So hard case is a little bit of a hard case, you know, like it's not easy to pen. You actually have to shoot its drive wheel. The sides have spaced armor, so you cannot hit that tank through the tracks. It's just impossible. By the way, having trouble getting my gun down. But Borsig, okay, we put a shell into him. So yeah, this position is a little bit awkward here. Trying to maneuver over that rock over here, but Borsig misses his shot, and we're able to take him out of the game. Now, this hard case will be paying attention to us, and as I was mentioning, but first of all, let's just hit this Type 4. We put a shell into him. Yeah, this rock here is good too, right? You can use it if there's no tanks shooting at you from F3. Then, yeah, you can easily use that rock here to cover yourself. Hard case, as I was mentioning, either front wheel, drive wheel, or above the spaced armor. Top area of the hull. You can hit it and pen it. Oh shit, Type 5. That's not good. Oh! I took a huge hit over here, unfortunately. I did not expect him to come here. And a lucky bounce from hard case. The guy played a trick on me. That was good. Anyway, so I don't want to be fighting that Type 4. He's got too much armor. So I'm going to try to keep focusing this hard case. Putting shells into his top hull. Just above that spaced armor. And now I see we're getting flanked from the other side. So I'm going to have to make a play here. And I wanted to go undetected, like I did over here, and now go all the way around so that hard case does not spot me. That was the idea. But I took too short of a route. I should have went a little bit further, to be honest. Or not take that shot. Actually, it didn't matter. He still spotted me. Dope. Oh well. So I took a hit over here. Unfortunately, I'm one shot now, so we're gonna have to hide behind the wreck of this tank. And I'm looking for a position here to make sure that hard case cannot hit me. But I still want to be punishing him. That was a bad shot, unfortunately, on my part. Now we're gonna hide behind the ridgeline. And I'm hoping he doesn't have a shot at me. We're gonna try to lose our sixth sense. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. And we do lose sixth sense, which is great. So now we should be able to poke out again and hit him. So this is the only area here where you can actually hide from these guys on top of the ridgeline. If you higher up in A2 or A1, there's no place to hide over there. So we take out the hard case, meaning E75 takes him out, friendly E75. Now we put a shell into this Earthshaker. He goes down. And the only tank left on this side here now is this Type 4. Oh, Artie. Missed me, Porky. Missed me. Can we get a shot at this Type 4? No, unfortunately he gets shot down by Scorpion G. So the game is pretty much over. Because we're gonna make our dash towards artillery. And hopefully take him out of the game. So there you go. There you have it. Position D1. Or C1, whichever you want to put it. One of my favorite positions on Severogorsk, especially if I'm in a light tank, fast TD, fast medium tank. Usually not a heavy tank, although E75 managed to make it there, so I'm assuming that in a fast heavy tank you should still be able to make it there as well. And keep in mind, don't come here alone. Bring at least 2 or 3 friendlies so that you have a little bit of fight in you and you're able to get some damage once you're in this position, because that's what this position is all about. It's not about spotting. It's not about defending. It's aggressive, brawling position to support your heavies. Basically, that's what it is. But it's fantastic. Anyway, we're gonna try to take care of Porky. Can we? Yes, we do. So we finish this game with the victory, with not too shabby result for a tier 8 Alt Proto AMX 30. Let's take a look at the post-game stats and see how we did. So we managed to finish on top of the team. 3 kills, 4.4k damage, 2018 base XP. Fantastic game. Fucking Vinny, you show him, boy. Isn't he amazing? Look at him. So as I mentioned, we had 4.4k damage. We also had 1658 assisted damage. Not sure from what that was. Could have been Artie, possibly. But still brings the total to 6k combined damage. Quite nice game in this tank. The only thing left to do is check if we got an ace tanker. And yes, we did. We got an ace tanker for this game. Spotter badge, fire for effect, sharpshooter badge, and sniper medal. Very, very nice. Alright guys, I hope you have fun with this position and you get some great games from here, or some laughs, whatever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit, checking out.